economic parameters to be discussed in. So these were main economic parameters we have already covered. And whatever we wrote right now, you have to do star mark or something like that. This was the gist of whatever we have done since yesterday. अभी थोड़ा आगे लिख रहा हूँ. हाँ. True. Right. So he's saying right now, RBI, why it is trying to maintain an accommodative stance, because it might be more because of its supply side inflation rather than a demand side inflation. Possible. Yes. Shall we go on? Yes. Next 2-3 points, but comparatively simpler ones, not so important ones. Next one is unemployment rate. This is one rate which is not declared frequently in India, but is declared in USA. Again, why did I take this? The rate is not so much important in India, because if you follow the news, they will say today's important event is that unemployment data is going to be declared in USA. अपने को क्या करना है? If you remember, mother market is important. If unemployment is very high, if unemployment in USA is very high, then will it be good for the economy or bad for the economy? Bad for the economy. Positive impact on both stock market or negative impact? Negative. Immediately we will say copy paste. Somewhere or other, it might not, our market might not fall with the same intensity, but somewhere the sentiment might be negative. This is short term we are talking about, not for the long term will go negative. Okay, so unemployment data can be checked, but again, as I mentioned, you just need to know this. You need to go into no need to drill down into very high level details. Okay, so if you just want to write down, this data is more important for which markets? US markets, not really for Indian market. But if you follow the news, you will find this point. That's the reason why I included it in our notes. Yes, he's saying if unemployment rate is 2%, what does it mean? Can I say out of 100 people in the country, 2 people are unemployed? Okay, more and more unemployment is equal to somewhere the manufacturing capacities are not that great. People are not. If my production is best, if my manufacturing is best, will I need more and more people? If my business is growing, will I need more and more people? Yes. So lesser the unemployment, better it is for the economy. Okay. My God, you are trying to correlate debt taken by the country with unemployment rate, not directly related with each other. Debt taken by the country can be because of a variety of reasons. Can't be directly compared with unemployment rate. Okay. So everyone, next one, infrastructure development. Tell me, for infrastructure development, this is a very simple. This is like mini KG, junior KG for you. If infrastructure development is very high, good or bad for the economy, good for the economy, more employment, less employment, more employment, more GDP. We know this, very basic stuff, right? So in our current budget, was focus given on infrastructure development? Yes, and when this was given, same day markets also rose quite a bit because a lot of focus was there on infrastructure development. It's a very simple point. So we just want to make it as a very short note. Upward arrow, so something like a high infra spend, better for the market. High infra spend, better for the market. Similarly for unemployment, what do you write down? Lower unemployment, better for the market. On the previous page, you can write this down. Lower unemployment, better for the market. Political stability. We have discussed this a lot in Basics of Stock Market 2.0. Again, tell me, if there is good stability, good political stability, better for the market or bad for the market? Better for the market. I'm not talking if Congress is there, then what if BJP is there. We have discussed this again in detail in BSM 2.0. Be it whichever government. If it is a stable government, if it's a government with full majority, and they take decisions on their own, they don't have to beg for support to take certain decision. In that case, it can be quicker, faster development. Okay, so this is also pretty simple, straightforward. Good political stability will be good for the market. I just taken few slides. These are all basics of stock market slides only. And with that, we come to industry analysis, right? Now, industry analysis is again super interesting, and with the logic that we have built till now, I think this can be comparatively simpler for you. The most difficult part we have covered already. Okay, because understanding the economy is a challenge. Understanding the industry can be comparatively easy. Okay, because there are only two types in industries. One is known as a cyclical, the other one is known as a non-cyclical, also known as defensives. Okay, means what? Cyclical means what? If the economy is doing nice, the industry will be doing nicely. If the economy is not doing nicely, the industry will not perform in a good way. They are directly related to the economy, not even logically. If economy is fantastic, GDP is good, IIT is good, everything is, means only growth for now. Okay, will not go to each and every time. If growth is good, can I say sectors like auto? Will that be good? Yes. During Corona time, when people were scared, they were buying cars. They were saving money for some medicine, some emergency. But when things are back to normal, can I think of buying a car? Yes. Okay. When things during Corona, was government focusing on medical facilities, pharma, or was focusing on let's build a metro, let's build that bridge, let's build that airport? On pharma. But when everything is normal, government will focus on infrastructure. Okay. That is the reason why sectors like auto, real estate, infrastructure, metals, all these will be related to the economy or not related to the economy? Related to the economy. They will do good if economy is doing good. They will do bad if economy is doing bad. And that is the reason why they are called as cyclical. Because economy will not be like good forever good. It will be cyclical, good, bad. That is why cyclical. Is this clear? Now let's come to non-cyclical, also known as defensives. They're like, we are going to either increase or decrease in a similar way only, irrespective of what economy is doing. Example, medicines, pharma. So Corona was an exception for this, okay? Till now, whenever there was anything that was happening in the economy, assume economy is very bad. Because I'll stop taking medicine because economy is not good right now. I will postpone my decision of buying car if economy is not doing good right now. If economy is doing very good, I have a lot of money in my pocket. Can I say from tomorrow I need 2 tablets? But can I say I will buy a car if I have money if economy is doing good? Yes. So what did you understand? Irrespective of economy, pharma is going to be more or less stable. Only during Corona, because that was something related to medical only. That was the reason why we saw a big jump. But just for safety, what was that medicine during Corona which was like remdesivir? Absolutely in shortage. Can I say, nothing should happen if we get 2-3 remdesivir over there? No one did that. So pharma rate will be more or less similar only. Again, similar discussion. FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, syrup, clothes, whatever, wheat, rice. Can I say, because I have abundant money right now, I eat rice thrice a day? No. Will I use 5 t-shirts every day? No. Same logic will apply for FMCG. So can I say FMCG, pharma, all these are sectors which are non-cyclical or defensive. They don't care about the economy. उतना तो हम कंज्यूम करने ही वाले हैं, irrespective of we really have money or not, we are going to consume that much. Okay, first let me complete the discussion. Okay, is this logical enough? Yes. So if you want to just write down, it's there actually. This entire slide is there in your notes as well or no? Yes. So cyclical industries are the ones whose share prices closely follow the economic activities. And if you want to write down one liner, what I just gave as a explainer right now, cyclical industries. Just write down one liner. Cyclical industries are those industries. Cyclical industries are those industries which perform well. Which perform well when the economy is doing good. When the economy is doing good. And vice versa. And vice versa. Okay? What will you write for defensive or non-cyclical? These sectors, so write down non-cyclical or defensives. Non-cyclical or defensive. What will I do go hand in hand with the economy or do not go hand in hand with the economy? Do not go hand in hand with the economy. Exactly. So very well said. Need versus want. Need is something which is essential. And want का क्या? Luxury. For that want, luxury. There was a very nice शायरी in फना movie. इंसान की ख्वाहिश की कोई सीमा नहीं है. 2 गज जमीन चाहिए 2 गज कफन के बाद. Very intense. Half of them did not understand. It's okay. Anyways, so let's move on. We can try and recollect what was the exact shairi and then try and understand what was. 2 gaz. So we as humans, we always wants are unlimited. And so unlimited that even after we die, we feel that I should have a little bit more land. 2 गज जमीन चाहिए 2 गज कफन के बाद. So that is the limit of wants. Okay, so shall we move on? Just as examples, what do you write down for examples? Example, auto, metal, cement, infrastructure. Only 2-3 examples you can write down. Auto, infrastructure, cement, metals, all these will be under cyclical. And FMCG, pharma, these will be like defensive, non-cyclical. Which FMCG? Food industry, again same thing. Food industry depends on demand. Will you eat more because the economy is doing well? Again, if you talk about fancy items in the food industry, that might kick off. So for example, packaged foods and all. When we all were at home during Corona, we were like, we will make poha. Okay, proper, the way it is made. But if I'm traveling a lot, when economy is doing well, I'll not take the pains to make poha. I'll just pack up, the ready to cook poha, when I just pour water and then mix and eat. So packaged foods or some fancy items, that may be a shade higher consumption. Okay? Just to prove my point, why cyclical, non-cyclical, I'll just give you examples. Okay? Just have a look at these examples. This is the fall during Nifty. From this level, somewhere around this level, it fell to somewhere around this level. Visible everyone? Yes? This big fall was how much percentage fall? 39.64% fall in 3 months. 40% fall in Nifty. This is Nifty chart. This is monthly chart. And how many candles can you see here? 1, 2, 3. For those who don't understand technical analysis, they'll be like, what is happening? It's okay. So just believe me, whatever I'm saying is correct. In 3 months, Nifty fell by 40% almost. Now let's see what happened with pharma. Pharma, you might not have this. You have all this. Okay, क्या? Focus on the screen right now because यही printer है, अलग कुछ नहीं मिलेगा notes में. Okay. So pharma fell by how much percentage? 26%. Again, so all are 3 months data. Okay. So Nifty fell by 40%. Pharma fell by only 26%. FMCG. I will do from the pharma, Nifty, and FMCG. FMCG fell by 28%. Again, 3 months only we're talking about. Now, wait. Important one coming up. Metals. Metals fell by 50%. Was the impact higher? Because people will demand less. What about auto? 47%. This is the second scenario. So tell me, let's talking about the downfall. Quickly tell me, downfall. Nifty fell by almost 40%. Defensives like FMCG, pharma, they didn't fall in line with Nifty. They're comparatively lesser. Because they like, will not fall as much as you are. Because people are still want to consume medicines, people are still want to consume food and all other items. We're not going to get hit so much. They fell lesser as compared to Nifty. But steel, metals, there could be even infra, real estate also, similar chart there was. Auto, they fell more as compared to the economy. Because the demand dried up drastically for them. Very logical, whatever we have discussed. Now you have to tell me what happened in the next few slides. Now here is the chart of that V-shaped recovery that we learned, that we first time understood during Corona. This was the fall, this was the rise, the V-shape. Okay? Now this rise, we are talking about monthly data again. In 25 bars means 25 months. Right? And it went up probably. I don't know how to. Wait, I can drop it, I guess. So this is 137% by the way. I know my. It's 137.74%. This figure. So Nifty moved up by 137% in barely 2 years. Barely 2 years. Moved up by 137% from this bottom, from the lowest point in Nifty during Corona. Till where? In 2 years. It moved up by 138%. Now tell me logically. I'm not going to show you the charts. Let me see if you've understood. FMCG and pharma. Would they have gone up 137% or lower than that or higher than that? Lower than that. Why? Because as I mentioned, am I going to eat more medicines? Because economy is recovering. So should the growth be ideally lower than this? Yes. So let's see what has happened. Pharma, 122%. And still this is very high. 122%. But because this time it was corona. But still it's lower than the economy. Pharma. What about FMCG? Oops. It's only 65%. And pharma would also have been similar had it not been corona, had it been because of some different reason. Now economy shoots up. What do you feel? First focus will be on so FMCG pharma logic understood, now tell me what would have happened in metals, in auto? Should have higher than 137% or lower than 137%? Higher than 137% because there the focus will be higher. Let's see what has happened. Metals. Metals 350. Actually, I have taken same time frame, 25 hours, 2 years for everything to compare. Metals at 350%. Auto is auto only 136%. Nickel was up by 136%. 137%. Whatever. Still higher, but still not that high because auto industry still is facing some other problems. Chip shortage. Chip shortage is one of the major problems this industry is facing right now. That is the reason why it moved higher than the economy, but not drastically higher. What about the next one? That's only 2 I've given. 2 as an example I've given. So this very simple and logical. Okay, so now you only tell me why did I teach this to you? If you are a person who doesn't want to take a lot of risk, will you be investing in FMCG or will you be investing in metals? In FMCG. And that is the reason why your favorite ITC doesn't move a lot. It's a defensive move. People will always keep on making memes on that. But we need to understand it's a defensive sector, and that is the reason why you can't outperform the economy. You can outperform the economy, which sectors can outperform the economy, and the cyclical related industries. Right now, please understand how all these things are interrelated. Right now, we discuss the entire economy. And what is the view that we have built on the economy right now? Very bullish. Sideways or slightly bearish. If you want to invest in stock market right now, because I want to invest, on what way? Will you invest in metals? Real estate? Ideally not. So metals still can be a little bit question mark right now because of, so there could be other facets as well. Because Russia-Ukraine war is also going on, and in that defense sector is in focus. And whatever is required to make all those guns and whatever, those sectors will still be in focus. In spite of whether they are cyclical or not. In that case, war will have a better visibility in that case. Okay, but if I'm talking about auto, could this be a good time to invest in auto or could this be a good time to invest in FMCG? If not, let's say FMCG. Comparatively, so it will also follow the market's fall, but it will fall lower, lesser as compared to the market fall. And if you feel market, assume, I'm not cursing the market, but if market goes down to let's say 15,000. Now if you're okay, I feel this can be a good low. No one can hit the rock bottom. But assume you feel 15,000 can be a good low. Have I told you to invest everything at 15,000? At least 1/5 or 1/3 you can say. So what I would do, at 15,000 I would put 1/3. If it goes down to 14,000, I'll put my next 1/3. Now what happened about your last 1/3? It's okay, it didn't get invested. Fine. If it still goes down, I will invest my last 1/3. If it still goes below that, I'll keep on waiting because my money is over now. But I have that much conviction that from 18,000 it can't go down to 8,000 now. I have that conviction of the market. I believe 15,000, 14,000 more than enough. That is where I'll put maximum money. Now at that time, if you are my advisor, Satyavachan, if you are my advisor at that point in time, let us say 14,000, 15,000, then would you advise me to invest in FMCG or would you advise me to invest in something like infrastructure, real estate? Infrastructure. Why? If there will be recovery, this sector will recover at a higher pace. Have you understood? Yes. Don't write down this one liner as a summary point. Or what about banking sector? Banking sector is again related to what? Economy. 100% related to the economy. Sorry, what is that? Banking sector. Okay, so some sectors, let me also tell you, otherwise we are just going to keep on answering each and every sector. Some sectors can be neutral sectors also. Something like an IT. I can't completely treat it as a cyclical, nor can I completely treat it as a non-cyclical. It's somewhere in between. Some straightforward we have discussed here. Okay. So when will people take more and more loans? When economy will revive, right? So again related to the economy. Banking is related to the economy. Okay. So right now, what did you write for cyclical and non-cyclical? Did you write only the meaning? Yes. So you write down in falling markets, cyclical industries will fall at a dash rate, higher rate or low rate? Cyclical will go down at a higher rate. And vice versa, I can write down. So vice versa is what if markets are rising. If you want to write down, you can write also. Write down. And when markets are rising, cyclicals will increase at a higher rate. And what will you write for defensives? Defensives will move at a comparatively lower rate as compared to the economy. Defensives will move at a lower rate. Move in whichever direction, up or lower. Defensives will move at a lower rate as compared to the economy. CNX का लॉन्ग फॉर्म क्या है? गूगल करना पड़ेगा. Sometimes ऐसे होता है वो. I hate to answer that, वो ऐसे होता है. But it's like a very normal abbreviation. CNX Nifty, CNX Metal, CNX Auto. You'll have to see whether there's a proper long form for that or not. Someone can just Google it out. Okay. Till then, what out? Yes. So we are almost done with industry analysis. Just one or two last slides before we wrap up. If you want to invest in any industry first, so right now we are saying first understand the economy and see which type of industry is this, and then go to the company analysis. Well, doing this type of analysis, right? So you are choosing an industry. If you have a risk-taking capacity, would you want to enter an industry which is at a very nascent stage or which has fully established itself? If you have the risk-taking capacity, would you want to invest at a nascent stage, at an early stage, or when it has proven itself? At an early stage, right? Because you have the risk-taking capacity. Even if that doesn't take off and your money goes away, it is okay for you. Correct? That is what had happened in the early 2000s. When all these internet companies were at a very nascent stage. Nascent stage means what? Very basic stage. At that time, if someone would have invested in IT, I think I had this. Anyways, if someone would have invested in IT at that point in time, they could have gotten amazing returns, super abnormal returns. At that time, like internet companies were in big boom. Similar phase we are in right now for internet only. But now it's Web 3.2. Okay, a lot of crypto things coming up, but they are not related to stock market. So I don't know any company which is into crypto, and that company is listed on the stock market. I don't know any of such companies. But then, if you want to invest in that, do you have a choice right now of investing in stock market? As I mentioned, answer is no. You may invest in crypto for that. The point that I was trying to make is, but then it is very risky. Can this be just a bubble? Yes. Neither you have a correct answer for wrong answer for that, nor do I have. Yes, I believe that this is not going to die. Web 3.0 will happen. Cryptos will kick off. Metaverse will happen. It is happening, but we'll hide them further. But these are just expectations. So will you invest in any industry at the nascent stage? Yes, but only if you have the risk-taking capacity. Internet was one thing in the past, is it? Currently also? Yes. One more space is EVs. EVs. Right now there's a big buzz. Is it happening? Yes. Question is how much can it really take off? Can we really see our country, which has 30% vehicles which are being sold, being only EV vehicles? The target of our government is that in 2030. So the target of our government is 30 at 30. That is how they branded it. What is the branding? 30 at 30. It means that in 2030, if 100 cars are sold, 30 will be EV. That is the target of the government. Now the big question is, will this happen or not? Currently we are at almost point something percent, not even 1%. That is the current scenario in 2022. And we are aiming at 30. If this dream of government comes true, and if you are investing in EV stocks, you can make a fortune. all these stocks are other batteries, there could be even other auto stocks also which take off, something like Tata Motors. EV stations, EV charging stations and all that. Tata Power. Lithium ion batteries, जो कोई बना रहे, other than Amara also. But then the big question is, for a country like India, is this really possible or not? Again, everyone has their own opinion. I'm not saying whether your opinion is correct or wrong. It is an opinion. So I had recently seen so many people saying Tata Power, Tata Motors, next big thing. And those who don't have the risk-taking capacity are also investing there. Nonsense strategy. Because you're betting at something which is at a very nascent stage, very early stage. So if you want to invest, as I always say on YouTube channel, party fund only. Only that much money, you're ready to be okay, even if that is completely washed away. It could be whatever money. But otherwise, if you're less, we call that as a risk-averse person, a person who doesn't want to take a lot of risk. Then ideally in that case, should we be investing in industries which are mature industries now? Yes. Okay, so logic is clear. What about nascent industry and what is it about mature industry? So something like banking. Banking has completely matured right now. So banking might not give you mind-boggling returns, but banking will also give you steady enough returns, higher than FD over a longer time span, 8 to 10%. So those are risk-averse people. The same example that I give to any person who doesn't want to take a lot of risk. You make an FD in SBI, make an FD in ICICI, you make an FD in whatever HDFC, then buy shares of the company. No, don't make an FD there. Okay, will it generate 20-25% CAGR? 9-10% CAGR, 11-12% CAGR. Okay, but your risk is less, return will also be comparatively lesser. For a nascent stage, the risk is high, your returns will also be higher. So depending on your risk-taking capacity, choose the industry. Is this okay? Yes. So this is it about all these things. One last point, which is about PLI schemes. If you check on the next page, one last point, PLI schemes. PLI is what? Production linked incentive. Did we discuss about this yesterday? Yes. You will tell me if PLI is announced for a specific industry, good for the industry or bad for the industry? Good for the industry. We can choose companies from that industry then. Okay. So PLI, there are auto components, there are automobiles, aviation, chemicals, electronic systems, semiconductors, medicine devices, whatever. And here I've also given you the link investindia.gov.in. If you just click करें, okay. This is investindia.gov.in. Here you can see production linked incentive schemes in India. Okay, and if you just go to this, you can see that which sectors are currently getting PLI. Here you can see production linked incentives. First is what? Auto components. How much is going to be given as a scheme outlay? 25,938 crores. Then how much for automobiles? How much for aviation? How much for chemicals, food processing, medical devices, mining? So here you can see total 13 sectors. By the way, Dixon will come under this. White goods. White goods means electronic items, TV, refrigerator, or washing machine, all that. Okay, so out of any number of industries, right now 13 industries are such where PLI is given, and out of that, yesterday someone was talking about also, no? Telecom also PLI is given. Okay, so wherever PLI is given, good for the industry or bad for the industry? Good for the industry. Is industry analysis comparatively easier? Yes. अभी तो economy analysis करने के बाद सभी चलने लगने वाले हैं. So one quick revision about industry analysis. We say cyclical, non-cyclical. Cyclical will move at a higher rate as compared to the economy, and will fall also at a higher rate as compared to the economy. Defenses will be at similar pace. Based on your risk, you should decide whether you should go for cyclical or non-cyclical. Some sectors can be such which can be somewhere in between both. And last point we discussed for industry analysis was what? Based on the stage where the specific industry is right now, you can decide whether to invest or not based on your risk-taking capacity. Something like EVs can be really interesting. If it is at a nascent stage, your money can be wiped out or it can be doubled. Depends on what happens. Okay, so depending on your risk-taking capacity, you can decide. And last one we talk about PLI. Wherever PLI is given, good for that industry. Simple. Yes. Correct. So many people ask me that, how will you choose companies from so many n number of companies? First, you have to understand current economy right now. Based on the current economy, cyclical or non-cyclical, and then choose accordingly. Okay. So can I say right now, should we be really discussing about auto? Current scenario, economy is what? Slightly sideways or bearish. If it falls, autos will fall at a higher pace. Would I tell you to analyze autos right now? Once it hits 15,000, let us say if it does, no one can predict, but if it does, it hit 15,000, at that time we can analyze autos. Are you with me? Currently, can I analyze something like FMCG? Can I analyze, someone asked me about IT. I said it's like both. I mean, not really exactly cyclical नहीं बोल सकते, exactly non-cyclical नहीं बोल सकते. Something like IT, doable. Based on the stage at which the industry is nascent stage or developed phase. Because developed will be comparatively less riskier. It could also be a bank. But metals, mining, auto, ideally avoid right now. Is this okay? So you can put a filter accordingly also. So, how was it? I hope you enjoyed this part on economics.